our stadium or going from right to left on your radio or internet dial. Kicking off for the Lions, we have number 9, Murdoch.
A quick score here. Latest I see, Vista Ridge 49, Vandergrift 35.
Yes, that Vista team is a tough team. So, here I am saying Vandergrift's good enough to beat Cedar Park. What about Vista Ridge? Ooh. Murdoch's kick is kind of short in a weird spot. It was fielded cleanly by the Timberwolves, and he runs into a pile and is able to squirt out to the left and carry close to the midfield mark, but he was tackled by number 44.
That's Tyler Young.
Tyler Young.
Good to see Tyler back on the field again. He had some shoulder injuries and things like that, but he is now back in full form. They've got him at nose tackle on defense going against what is arguably one of the better centers in the state.
Yes, I agree with that. He's definitely a D1 player, and it is first down and 10 for the Timberwolves. Sexton at quarterback takes the snap, hands off to the jet sweep, going right to left, pickup of about 9 yards. We've got a little bit of complaining going on there. Looks like there might have been a hold or a clip, but no call. It's going to be second down and 1 for the Timberwolves. And there's going to be a little bit of confusion on both sides there. It's going to be a pistol formation for Sexton, has a single back in the backfield. That's number 31. He throws to him in the flat. He cuts up over the 40 into Lion territory at about the 35-yard line. Number 31 is Tyler Levine. First and 10 from the 35-yard line for the Timberwolves. They're in Lion territory, 11-15. Left in the third quarter. Handoff goes straight ahead to Levine. He gets a big pile of guys, bounces off to the right, and gets a gain of about 5 yards, maybe 6 before he stopped. Coming up for the stop, number 10, Pedro Silva. Also there, number 8, Levi Beck. Second down and 4 as they gave him a 6-yard gain. Sexton has a single back in the backfield. Levine is out of that formation. They roll that back into the flat. That's number 2. Throw it to him, and he gets the ball down to the 22-yard line. That's William Richter on the reception, tackled by number 7, Chris Patek of the Lions. It will be first down for the Timberwolves at the Lion 21-yard line. And they come out slinging. They're back on the line of scrimmage, pistol formation, single back set. They hand it to that running back, number 2. He finds a crease and gets all the way down inside the 10-yard line for another first down. William Richter. First and goal now, ball at the 9-yard line of the Lions. Timberwolves coming out with more energy. Sexton hands off to the running back. He gets maybe 2-3 yards before he's stopped. That was Richter again on the carry. He's stopped by number 8, Levi Beck. Second and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. Pistol formation, handoff goes to Levine. He squirts his way down close near the goal line. He doesn't punch it in, though. They're going to mark him at the 2. It's going to be third and goal. 9:54 and counting. Handoff goes to Levine again. They hold him there at the 1. Who saves that score? Somebody lost their helmet. That's number 23, Malik Jones coming up, to make that stop. The ball is on the 1-inch line, and in comes 32 to replace Jones. I might even use a timeout here with it being fourth and goal. 9.5 minutes. Kind of a big play here. Timberwolves line up in their little triangle formation in a shotgun. There goes the snap. They hand off the running back. He follows his lead blocks. He's in for the score. Early score for the Timberwolves to push their lead to 23-7. Let's see, that's number 16 picking up that score with 9:18 remaining. They'll go for the point after attempt. That's Jack Grimm on that carry.
Haven't really seen much from Grimm actually this game, and he's obviously one of their key players, a big producer on that team. That I think is probably one of the few times they've actually seen him with a lot of productivity.
And he did have a couple of catches, but you're right. They've done a pretty good job of keeping an eye on him. Of course, Jack Grimm, the younger brother of Nate Grimm, who played a little college football, won a state championship here at Cedar Park. They know that name around here.
That has been around. We were talking about what the Lions offense needs to do. We talked about that, and it didn't really get a chance to talk about the defense. Obviously, maybe they didn't hear us because what apparently they need to do is watch for the passes, which apparently is what Cedar Park has realized. That's how they're going to get down the field. They can't get a whole lot through our 3-4 defense. We're doing a great job pretty much on that line. They're getting 3, maybe 5 yards, up the middle sometimes. But when they release their receivers, our guys have got to get in under the ball. Silva did a couple of great plays earlier. Matthew Long blocked that one coming down, but we need to have that consistently. Obviously, that didn't happen on that last round. Hopefully, we'll make some changes coming through.
81 Storm Jensen kicks off for the Timberwolves. It's fielded by number 10 Silva check that was 82. I guess that's Flowers. He carries it up to about the 20-yard line where it will be first down and 10 for the Lions. 9:12 remaining in the third quarter. Timberwolves lead 24-7. The Lions, it's kind of a microcosm of many of their games this year and even last year where they are down. They come back, and then, some things can happen in a lot of those games. They're down again. But, as you mentioned in our halftime summary, they're very resilient. There's not a lot of quitting this team, and we're going to see what happens here on this opening drive of the second half. 9:12 remaining. Shotgun formation for McNeil. He has 2 backs in the backfield. Hands off, fakes the handoff to Ray Gibson, completes the pass to number 7, Chris Patek. Gain of about 7 yards. Oh, that's number 2, Gabriel Sanchez on the reception. I apologize. Yeah. Second down and 4.
Good hands by Gabe.
Ball marked
there
at the 26. Lions back on the line of scrimmage. McNeil barking out signals. Has 2 backs in the backfield with him. That's going to be Matthew Long and Ray Gibson. They hand along. He spins away from the first tackler, breaks the second 2 tackles, and is stacked up for a gain of only about 1 or 2 yards. Going to be third down.
He was bouncing around a little bit. They may give him a couple more yards than that. He almost broke free.
He did get a little bit of forward momentum. It looked like a pinball kind of.
Yeah.
Third down and 2 for the Lions. It's a real important pick up the first down here. They put themselves in position to pick it up easily with short yardage. McNeil has 2 backs in the backfield, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his left, tied into the right. We have a flag down before the snap, and it's going to be a false start, it looks like, against the Lions. And this is the kind of stuff that just really kills an offensive football team. 3rd and 2, maybe now 3rd and 7, as, yes, it is a false start. Still third down. 3rd and 7 is a lot harder to make.
3rd and 2, yeah, absolutely.
And 2.
And as you said, this is the kind of stuff that just drives the coaches crazy. They practice and practice and practice about this every day, but just the excitement. Sometimes a little confusion, and somebody just pulls their head just a little quick.
It's tough for kids to realize you're not going to win the game by yourself, but you can lose it by yourself. Ooh. Nice catch! Parker McNeil throws one down the left sideline in one-handed grab by Sanchez in stride, left-handed at that. Sticks that left hand out. He's got the ball all the way up to the Lion 45-yard line with 7:56 remaining in the third quarter. Lions are down 24-7, but here they go moving the ball again, bringing in an extra tackle. Looks like Big Ruiz had to come back out again. Shotgun formation, 2-back set, twin receivers to the right, tight end to the right. Handoff goes to Matthew Long. Not much there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe 2 yards. So we're going to give him progress of 2 yards. Yeah, there were about 5 Timberwolves on that tackle, so you can't really give anybody credit for it. They're back on the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they're filling the gaps. The Timberwolves are filling the gaps right in the center very well. It's hard for us to find that open channel in the beginning. Stretching it out seems to have been worked in the past. See what they're going to do with this one.
McNeil has 2 backs. He has Plummer and Long. He fakes the long, throws in the flat, hits the wide open receiver, number 82 Flowers. for the first down inside Timberwolf territory at the 39-yard line. And the Lions, it doesn't look like they want to go away. First and 10 at the 39.
Not at all. And that Flowers just brought up today for this game. He was on JV, one of the starters on the JV team up until this week. So it looks like a good bring up from the coach.
Sure, he showed a lot of flashes, too. We're going to have some kind of timeout. One of the Timberwolf players comes across, but it looks like the timeout was called first. We'll go to break with 7:03 remaining, 24-7. Timberwolves over the Lions. You're listening to the Texas Sports Radio Network. This is Leander Lions football. We'll be right back.
Does your computer or notebook need an upgrade or repair? Need help setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let the professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg, or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to,
Welcome back to Gupton Stadium. It's first and 10 Lions at the 39-yard line of the Timberwolves. McNeil has two backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, then tucks and runs up to the 35, squirts past the 35 to the 34. We'll give him a gain of 5 on that play. It's going to be second down and 5 for the Leander Lions, and they look to the sideline for a signal. McNeil in the backfield has Matthew Long and Ray Gibson. He barks out his signals. He's got two receivers to his right, tied into his left. They hand off to Long. He picks up some blocks. There's a flag down. He picks up the first down. There's 2 flags, 3 flags down, and they're going to have to sort this one out as things get a little chippy there in the middle.
It looks like there may have been holding initially. Again, as we talked about, that's easy to find that hole. But then there was some other stuff in there, some pulling, some shoving. Not sure what that's going to be. Oh, 10 yards back.
Yeah, it's a tough call. There's not a whole lot you can do. There's a hole, like you said, on practically every play in a football game. You obviously want to call the ones that are at the point of attack, and depending on what team you're rooting for, that point of attack can be very narrow or very wide.
Kind of surprising that all those flags came in so late, though.
And that they all saw the same hold. I thought there might be multiple fouls.
Yeah.
Second down and 15. The ball is at the Timberwolf 44. McNeil shotgun formation, takes the snap, hands off to Matthew Long. He's sealed up but cuts back in at the 45, and then all those silver helmets able to swarm, prevent him from gaining much. It's going to be now third down and 15 with 6 minutes and counting in the third quarter. Again, Timberwolves lead 24-7. Big play here for the Lions. First down would be what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, we've got to get down to the 28 to get that first down. Looks like they're going to go for a pass.
And they have trips to the left, a tight end to the right. It's McNeil and Ray Gibson in the backfield, shotgun formation. Don't even bother faking to Gibson. Too much pressure. The Timberwolves bring the house. It looked like to me, really, McNeil held that ball a little bit too long.
A little too long.
He had some time. He had more time than he has been having, and I think he was a little gun-shy, and it cost him.
But I think, again, to that point of the Timberwolves' defensive really sticking tight to our receivers, just
Coverage
not
set,
giving him the time to find an open man.
Well, and it's fourth down now, fourth and long, and the Lions will come out and punt. That is Murdoch to punt. Back deep for the Timberwolves. I'm not seeing that number with the odd green numbers on black jersey.
Number 2, perhaps?
Setup that they have. That is number 2 on the return. He runs into his own guys, tackled by Luke Owen, number 55. That is William Richter. Not much of a gain on that return as he fielded it about the 16 and returned it to about the 22. Give him a gain of 6 on the return. 4:39 remaining in the third quarter. Timberwolves lead 24-7. Lions still hanging around, looking for that break. Shotgun formation for Sexton. He has a single back in the backfield. That back would be, can't see his number again. It's either 2 or 31, Levine or Richter, and it looks like it is Levine. And we have a flag prior to the snap.
I think it looks like the Lions may have jumped on that one, may have been barked off. What were they? Oh, it called. Awesome.
They were pulled off sides. Can't trust those ball boys wearing green Timberwolf jerseys for the call. Of course, they're going to go. It's on the defense.
Of course.
So it's 1st and 15 now. The ball's down at the Timberwolf 17 as they start going a little backwards to open this drive, which is okay if you're a Leander Lion. Sexton in the backfield. He has 2 receivers to his left, single receiver to his right. Has a running back, number 31, Tyler Levine, who I've known since he was about 7. He's always been a good football player. Let's hit him on this play as they hand it straight ahead, and bringing him down is Alex Williams, number 23, but Levine with a nice 10-yard, maybe 11-yard gain. Number 44 also in on the stop. 33 also there. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Number 33 is Seth Venner. He used to wear 22, but something happened to that jersey.
So he went from
Emmitt Smith to Tony Dorsett, but he plays safety. Pistol formation, fakes the handoff. Sexton throws deep down the right sideline, running with that receiver and basically having him blanketed is maybe the best coverage defensive back for the Lions, number 5, Isaiah Turner.
Yeah, Turner's been doing really well. He's really stepped up over the last few games. Last season he did really well also. This year really become one of the leaners, one of the shining coverage players on this team. Setting a standard for the next group of guys coming up.
Also serves a mean pizza at Brooklyn Heights Pizza on
indeed.
the podcast night on Wednesday. Sexton takes the snap, hands off to the halfback, who finds room, and he's in the secondary midfield. He's at the 40, cuts in at the 35, and is forced out of bounds by Matthew Long, number 6.
And Levi Beck, number 8.
Number 8, and we'll go ahead and give a little credit to Chris Patek as he's there too.
Interesting move on the runner's part for actually trying to slow down there. He had some open field on the left side. Glad he did.
Defenders had the angle. He was going to get hit one way or another. The handoff goes right away to Levine up over the 25 to the 24 tackle by Matthew Long. That may be his, 15th, 16th tackle tonight. 3:33 remaining in the third quarter, 24-7 Timberwolves, and they're marching again. Sexton has a single back in the backfield. That back is number 34. That is Garrett Euro. Snap, Sexton looking to throw in that direction. Receiver drops the pass. He had maybe a step defending there for the Lions, number 20. No, check that. That was Matthew Long. Coming in for Long, though, number 26, Maceo Jenkins. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Timberwolves. 3:08 remaining in the third quarter. 24-7 T-Wolves. Sexton has 2 backs, takes the snap, hands off to one of those backs. He's met by Luke Owen after very minimal of a gain. That back that received that handoff is going to be, man, those numbers are hard to read.
They are difficult to
Number 16 for the Timberwolves, and I think we had decided that was the man with the name, Jack Grimm. So we're going to have twin receivers right, twin receivers left, shotgun formation, single back set, 4th down and 4 for the Timberwolves. Sexton takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws deep down the sideline. The pass is dropped. Had a receiver, hit him in the hands. Defensively, Patek's there close, but the pass should have been caught.
Yeah,
it would have been a first.
It would have been a first. I think Patek really did get up and sort of block the view of the receiver. He's got some good height on his jumps, and I think he got his hand up in there. Maybe distracted the eyes of the receiver just a little bit, just enough to not let him get his hands around that ball.
Certainly can affect their concentration, and regardless, he had decent coverage. it was just a really good pass from Sexton. I mean, the only person that could have caught it was the receiver, and I believe that receiver was Grimm as well. Yeah. It may have been 17 Russell. Doesn't matter, incomplete. Lion ball on downs, 24-7, 2:32 remaining in the third quarter. Ball is currently marked for scrimmage at the Lion 24-yard line. Empty set. Parker McNeil takes the snap, looks to throw. Pass is intercepted on the slant. The outside linebacker sitting on that route, able to pick it off, and he's forced out of bounds. Timberwolves will have the ball again inside the red zone of the Lions. Looks like they're going to mark it around the 12 or 10-yard line, rather. It'll be first and goal.
He came out of nowhere. That looked like that was a great pass. Obviously read the quarterback's eyes, saw right where it was going, came right in and picked that off. Unfortunate for the Lions. They had some momentum going there.
They did, and you've got to be able to bounce back from that kind of.
Well, these are the guys that bounce. They do well. Let's hopefully they'll be able to stick it out. Now the ball's down at the 10, so it's going to be kind of rough for them to play hard.
Well, that last series was moving in that direction, so they hand off to Levine. He breaks a few tackles. We have an injured Lion down in the backfield.
There was
and there is a touchdown. Matthew Long is the injured player.
Blatant foul. No flag as usual against the Lions in this home field advantage. Matthew Long was down, head down, and was just blindsided way away from the play. Absolutely a personal foul. Should have been 15. But again, no hankies on the field. Home
especially
team
on a touchdown run. But they'll go for the point after attempt. It is Timberwolves 30, Lions 7 with 2:16. Point, snap, hold, kick is up, and that's good. So it is 31-7. I'm sure the coaching staff not very happy with that non-call. This really hard part about that is the white cap was standing right.
Oh, it was right
there
in front of him,
to see.
It looked like Matthew got a finger in the eye, so he had stopped. Was just way out of the play, completely taking himself out of the play, and was completely blindsided. Really dirty ball, absolutely dirty ball, unnecessary, and really kind of puts a tinge on the Cedar Park team, who up until this point it's been football.
Sure.
But that was just blatant. It looked like it was almost a targeting kind of a foul. So obviously a little biased on this call, but really an unnecessary hit. And it should have really resulted in a penalty.
It looks like the refs are talking to the Cedar Park coaches now, maybe giving them a warning about what the Leander coaches are saying. It's hard to speculate, but there is obviously some kind of conversation going on about what happened at the end of that play with the side judge and the head football coach of the Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely Leander coaches were not happy with that non-call, that's for sure.
That's Carl Absek, the head coach. The Timberwolves kick is fielded at the 1-yard line by Flowers, who runs left to right, carries the ball up over the 20 and several tacklers up to the 23. It'll be first and 10 Lions. From there, they are down 31-7 with 2:06 remaining in the third quarter. Down 17-7 at half to the number one team in the state. Timberwolves showing a little bit of why they're number one. And I'm not referring to, maybe that dirty play here a couple of plays back. But, they keep coming at you. They have depth. They have size.
Yeah. And they're a solid team all the way around. Yeah, absolutely. They've got, weapons on running. They've got some weapons on receiving. And they're using them. They're spreading it out.
Okay, we got 2:06 remaining, first and 10 Lions. McNeil takes the snap, hands off to Ray Gibson coming left to right. He's dropped after a short gain of maybe 2. Maybe they're going to just say that he didn't gain much at all. It's going to be second down now, maybe even a loss of 1. Based on that spot, that's true. Lions back up on the line of scrimmage. McNeil barks out some signals to his skill possession guys. First and 10, it's second down and 11. Pistol formation, 2 backs to the left. Single receivers on either side. McNeil looking to throw, and he was going to go deep to Sanchez. Coverage was there. Throws underneath to the tight end, Barry, and kind of a tough pass to catch. Incomplete, third down.
Yeah, thrown into double coverage, definitely, but he had a lot of time, which was very impressive. I do have to say, again, Cedar Park's not seeming to play the clean game. McNeil thrown to the ground well after the play was over, right in front of one of the zebras with no call. Interesting that some of these blatant things are not being called right now, especially against some, quarterback key kind of players.
Sure.
Very interesting. He was well after the play was down. He got thrown to the ground. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the refereeing, officiating so far, Shaq.
Shotgun formation for McNeil as a single back in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right, single receiver left, tight end on the left. Throws deep down the left sideline. That receiver falls down, and the pass is almost intercepted, falls incomplete. The receiver tripped about 6 yards short of where the pass landed. That was Flowers, number 82, and it enabled the defender to almost come up with a turnover for the Timberwolves. Lions catch a mini break there. It's 2nd down and 10 now. Ball is marked at the 27-yard line. 1:18 remaining in the third quarter. It's 31-7. McNeil shotgun formation. 2 backs in the backfield. Has a tight end to his left. Twin receivers to his right. Handoff goes to the running back, Worthy. He carries up to the 30 for a gain of maybe 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Lions at the Lion 30-yard line. Lions back up to the line of scrimmage. They're looking to the sideline for the play call. In the backfield, McNeil has 2 backs. He has Ty Worthy and Spires in the backfield with him. Nope, that's Ray Gibson in the backfield with him. Twin receivers to the left, tight end to the right. McNeil looks that way to the tight end. Looks, he was covered, throws to Sanchez.
Another hit to the...
And a late flag comes in as the receiver is hit. And it looks like the Lions coaching and those late questionable hits, it looks like the referees are being forced to throw a flag.
I'm not sure where that one's going, but they, again, leveled Parker after the play. Flag was...
They called a hold. It's not even a personal foul, but it is a first down. They'll mark 10 yards off from the line of scrimmage, which will put the ball at the 40 of the Lions. It will be 1st and 10, so the Lions do pick up a first down with that hold. But like you said, it may be some personal fouls that need to be called.
Parker was thrown to the ground, again, well after the play was over. Definitely not a momentum kind of hit. So, we'll take what we can get for the first down, but still.
Jet sweep to number 16, Worthy. We got a flag down right there on the side.
Could be another holding penalty.
Yeah, likely a hold from where it's called. The hold didn't do a whole lot as the running back only gains 3 yards. They're discussing it now, the white cap and the side judge, and we'll see the call. Face
mask. Oh, well, that we've seen some
There's
of that
a personal foul that got called, and it's kind of hard not to call a face mask. Yeah, we've seen maybe 2 of the hardest face masks I've ever seen as Sanchez got his helmet pulled all the way 180 degrees, and while during a play ran about 5 yards and finally just fell down because he couldn't see. And McNeil got tackled in a similar fashion
terribly
as well.
Yeah, so, it happens, but at least they're calling that. We'll see. Maybe they're going to...
McNeil takes the snap, throws down the left sideline. There's Flowers and a defender diving for the ball. Incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down, ball at the Timberwolf 45-yard line. 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 31-7.
Yeah, we might be getting to see some of that long ball Friday that the coach was talking about there at Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah, we haven't seen as much as we thought we were going to see. And, part of that's protection issues and the blitzes that are coming from that salty Cedar Park defense. But shotgun formation, McNeil takes the snap, hands off to Ray Gibson. He picks up about 4 yards. Takes a shot from one of the linebackers Number 35. Let's give him credit because that was a tackle, Mac McGaskill. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll go to break. You're listening to the Texas Sports Radio Network, Leander Lions football. I'm Chuck Cracy with Matt Gubitz and Mickey Holden on camera. We'll be right back.
Setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let the professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
We expect a lot from the teams we give our loyalty to. We expect them to play through the pain, leave it on the field, and give 110%, even though that's impossible. Yet when it comes to the banks we give our money to, we expect less than we do of the backup punter. At Frost, we want to change the way you think about banks entirely by never stopping when it comes to giving you our very best. And if you need to armchair quarterback us sometime, go for it. It'll only make us better. See what you can expect at frostbank.com.
Coming out of timeout in Gupton Stadium, shotgun formation for the Lions. McNeil takes the snap, throws to the tight end who's just getting yanked all over the place. And the referee does throw a flag. That's pass interference on the defender. Maybe as bad as we've seen tonight. And surprisingly, the Cedar Park sideline goes crazy like there wasn't any holding on the defensive back, number 3, Hunter Vike. And you could hear the crowd. It's as bad a hold as I've seen, and they're acting like it didn't happen. And that goes back to what we talked about earlier, depending on your perspective.
Right, absolutely. Was it key? And that one was obviously key to the play's result.
Sure.
So, indeed, Michael Berry was the intended receiver on that one. Good hands on the guy, but when somebody's yanking your jersey and pulling you down, it's hard to catch the ball.
Doesn't matter if you're 6'4", 250. Shotgun formation for McNeil. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks down the left seam, has Flowers running down that seam. Too far for Flowers to catch. There's a flag in the backfield, and it's going to go against the Lions. Not sure what happened there. Holding.
He did have some time. That may have been part of the reason he had that time to make that pass. There's that 10 right back there.
And the Cedar Park crowd acting as if they haven't gotten a call all night. Celebrate the hold. It's 31-7 with 11:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Timberwolves ahead. Of course, they're the number one team, ranked team in 5A in the state here, and having knocked off the previous number one team in week one, the Aledo Bearcats. Shotgun formation, McNeil has Ray Gibson and number 16 Ty Worthy in the backfield, has Sanchez to the right, another receiver, Flowers to the left, and they throw it down the left sideline to Flowers, and it hits him in the hands, and he's unable to hang on to it. That would have at the very least given the Lions a first and goal,
absolutely.
if not have been a touchdown. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 20 now. You like to have that those points, and that's the kind of thing. That's the difference in teams that are playing at the caliber of Cedar Park and those that are trying to get their likely end. Or the Timberwolves tend to make that cut.
Yep, absolutely. You know, and again, Flowers is new to the team. The first game as a varsity, not an excuse. Mm-hmm. But those are the kind of things, like you said, they've got to make those in order to go up to that next level. That's the difference
in all the games. Shotgun formation for Parker McNeil, 2 backs in the backfield, fakes to Worthy, looks down the middle of the field. Gabe Sanchez is there, and there's a late hit in the backfield as a flag near the quarterback. That late hit on the quarterback looks like it is going to be called by the White Hat, and it is a personal foul.
There was an interception on that.
Passer. It's going to negate any interception. Personal foul against the quarterback gives the offense a first down automatically. So they're making sure, and they're moving the ball, looks like, down to that's where they had marked the ball after the interception, but I guess they would mark it from where the line of scrimmage was, which was the 40. So the ball should be on the 25 for the Lions. They're going to mark off 15.
Right.
They're going to do from the spot of the foul. They're going to do it from the 40. There we go. So it will be the 25. First down and 10 because it's an automatic first down for the Lions on the Timberwolf 25-yard line with 11:24 remaining in tonight's game. Timberwolves lead 31-7. Lions demonstrating a little bit of that fight that we talked about earlier, not wanting to give up at any point. McNeil shotgun formation has Ray Gibson and Ty Worthy in the backfield. Takes the snap. It's a bobble snap. He's able to get the pass off down to Flowers, who almost makes the catch. Defender all over him. Flowers able to get around and tip it up and dive and get a second opportunity at it. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Great pass, actually, by Parker. Well under pressure. Still able to find his target and get it well within catching range. As you did say,
very accurate throw considering he didn't set his feet at all.
That was back foot in momentum throw. Really, really impressed with that pass. Unfortunately, the receiver was well covered though.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions from the 25 of the Timberwolves. 11:17 remaining. Again, McNeil drops the snap, picks it up, runs to his right. Unable to get back to the line of scrimmage, loses a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 11 now for the Lions. Big play here. They're not quite in gimme range for Murdoch, and I wouldn't even be considering a field goal here, down 24 with 10:55 and counting in the 4th.
Yeah, that'd be about a 45-yard kick for him.
He's got enough leg, but with the blocking having to be perfect and the defensive attempt at blocking it, etc. It's not something you want to do. And down 24, Murdoch could be a weapon for you in some other games. You don't want to risk getting him hurt either. Again. McNeil throws down the left sideline again to Flowers. He's able to make the catch. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Lions. 10:24 remaining. Flowers shows why he gets moved up to varsity this week, climbing a ladder over an all-state defensive back and bringing that pass in for a touchdown, making the score Timberwolves 31, Lions 13 with 10:24 remaining in the game. Murdoch lines up the point after attempt, hold by Worthy. We've got a snap, hold, kick. Murdoch's kick is good, and the score is now 31-14. Timberwolves ahead with 10:24 remaining in the game. We'll go to break. You're listening to Leander Lions football on the Texas Sports Radio Network. I'm Chuck Cracy with Matt Gubitz and Mickey Holden. We'll be right back.
Does your computer or notebook need an upgrade or repair? Need help setting up a network or surveillance system? Thought about speeding up your network or getting a surveillance system? Let the professionals at Altex take care of you. With over 10,000 products in stock and professional staff, Altex is ready to provide outstanding customer service as well as the latest in technology. Altex, supplying your technology needs since 1980. Located in Austin on I-35 between Breaker and Runberg or online at altex.com. Mention this ad for a free mouse pad with your next purchase.
Welcome back to Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park, Texas. The Lions are ready to kick off with 10:24 remaining in the 4th quarter. They have just scored their second touchdown tonight. Timberwolves again leading 31-14. Murdoch lines up the kick from north to south or left to right on your radio or internet dial. Back deep to receive for the Timberwolves are two guys in really dark jerseys and silver helmets. You can't see their numbers. Short kick covered by the Lions. The Cedar Park coaches are out on the field complaining about the ball maybe not going 10 yards. Let's see what kind of discussion is going on. Venner's pointing Lions ball. Of course, Timberwolves pointing the other way. Caught them off guard with a real quick onside. and it looks like the refs are going to give it to the home team. Shocker, the number 1 team in the state gets another call. They'll have the ball in Lion territory at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Out comes the Lion defense. Timberwolves huddle on the sideline. I hate to tease. Those helmets look like sockets.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of sockets all piled up in a pile. Or ball bearings or something when they're huddled up like that. 10-23, Timberwolves up 31-14. Pistol formation for Sexton. Looks like he has Levine in the backfield. They hand to Levine. No, he fakes. Sexton keeps going to the right. And he's in the secondary all the way past the 30 down to the 27. That's actually number 5 on the carry. That's going to be Tommy Levine, the senior backup quarterback, coming in and getting some work. He's also the older brother of Tyler Levine, the fullback. Pistol formation for Levine. Barks out the signals, has 2 backs to his left. Takes the snap, hands off to number 2, straight ahead. Richter, he picks up about 3-4 yards before he stopped. A big pile of people with Luke Owen getting up off the bottom, also there. Number 32, that, of course, is Malcolm Wright Harris. 2nd down and 5 for the Timberwolves, 9:30 and counting. They lead 31-14 in the game. Levine in at quarterback, has a triangle formation, takes the snap, hands off to number 16. That's Grimm, who carries on the jet sweep down near the 10. Looks like they're going to mark him just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 from there, so they can pick up a 1st down before scoring.
Isaiah Turner there pushing him out of bounds to stop what could have been another Timberwolf score. Stopping the play. Another good job on Turner.
Yes, they did a pretty good job of staying with that, because that could have been 6 points quickly. And Levine fakes the handoff and carries left. He dives in towards this goal line, and they're going to give him the score. Tommy Levine at the corner, able to bring it in and give the Timberwolves another 6 points, running their total to 37-14 with 9:07 remaining in the game. Point after attempt coming up.
Just no let up here by the Timberwolves. They're keeping the pedal down.
They are a relentless team, and they Levine up point after attempt, bounce off the uprights, fielded. You can't return one that hits the upright, but that's number 7 Patek trying to take it the other way for 2. Whistles slow him down, and he stops. Again, it's 37-14, 9:07 remaining. There's a reason why the Cedar Park Timberwolves are number 1 in the state. And it's not, I'm not going to say that it's equal parts any one thing or mostly one thing or another, but they have good coaching. They did have a regime change abruptly, but the guy they brought in had been on the prior staff, so he knew all the talent. He did bring in some new coaches. So you have that. The school, Cedar Park, tends to reload fairly quickly.
They do indeed. And this is Tim Smith's first year also. So, he's looking at what he had stepped into. I think he's done a phenomenal job.
And I think if you relate the two, you've got a new regime at Cedar Park taking over a team that probably should have won the state championship, lost it late in the game to a Division I quality receiver on a deep pass. Plus, they missed a field goal that would have only enabled Ennis team to tie with that touchdown. But that didn't happen because they missed that late field goal. So they lose. They should have probably won. So they come into that situation, and here comes the kick for the Timberwolves. And then the Lions coming off 0-10. So Tim Smith's work was cut out for him a little more so. Flowers breaking tackles on the return, gets up over the 20 to the 22. Kind of a late hit there, but they're not going to throw a flag. It's going to be 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to mark it at the Lion 22 with 8:56 remaining in the game. It's 37-14. Lions discuss what strategy they're going to come out with here. Obviously, you want to answer, even if at this point, there's plenty of time left. Freakier things have happened.
Indeed.
But odds are this game's in the bag for Cedar Park.
It could be. I mean, there's 9 minutes left. It has happened. We've seen Elway do some things in the past, but just keep in heart. That's the important part.
Sure. Keep fighting. That handoff goes to number 3, Jai Garcia. He gets about a yard before he's forced backwards for no more of a gain there by the Timberwolf defense. There is a flag down. Looks like it's going to be a hold against the Lions. We'll see what the coaching staff for the Timberwolves decide to do. Do they want to move them back or do they want to take the down from them? It looks like they're going to take them backwards.
Yeah, I'd have probably done the same thing too, considering how well the Timberwolf defense has been holding probably not the wrong word to use there. It has been
they have been holding the receivers here and there.
They have been. Probably a smart call, actually, on the Timberwolves side, pushing them back down to the 10. So we'll see.
Not known for making a whole lot of bad decisions, that Timberwolf coaching staff. Shotgun formation, fakes a handoff, hits Gabe Sanchez in the flat. He turns up over the 25 to the 29, where he's finally tackled. Not quite enough yardage for a first down, about 4 yards short, but a nice gain. Tackled there by Nico Greenwell. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Lions. McNeil barking out signals from shotgun. 2-back set, tied into the right. He hands off to Jai Garcia, who lowers his shoulder, gets up to about the 30. Still short of the first down with 8 minutes and counting. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Lions. Got to keep this drive alive. Get some points here for nothing more than pride, and to show the Timberwolves, we're going to keep fighting. It's not over till it's over. McNeil, shotgun formation, has 2 running backs, Garcia, Ray Gibson in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. Actually, that's Plummer with Jai Garcia. Jai tries to go to the right. He's stopped at the goal or the line of scrimmage, preventing the first down as the Timberwolf defense, and it's now 4th and 2. And Tim Smith sends out the punting unit for the Lions with 7:20 and counting. Again, the score, Timberwolves 37, Lions 14.
Lions still trying to find that hole on the inside there of the line and just not able to find that gap.
Well, sometimes as a coach, when you sense a game may or may not be out of reach, you want to see who's going to work. You want to see who's going to execute plays that are basic plays. So you don't necessarily pull out the flea flicker down like this because you want to save that for a close game. Punt fielded by the Timberwolves at the 40, return to the 50, up over the 50 into Lion territory to the 47. Tackle made by number 28, Jonathan Spires. It'll be 1st and 10. Timberwolves. What I'm getting at is you want to see those guys execute that RPO, that run pass option, the basic stuff. Keep making the appropriate read. Take what the defense is getting for you, because you may realize as a coach this game might be a little bit out of reach, but you can learn from experience. It looks like there's going to be a hold on that return for the Timberwolves. But you learn from experience against teams like this how well your guys execute, who executes what better, so that down the road when you're facing a Vista Ridge, who's evidently a really good team, or say Marble Falls or Dripping Springs or Eastview, when you're going to try to get wins against those guys and get in the playoffs, your guys will have demonstrated against the number 1 team in the state what they can do, and so you can get them in better position to make the appropriate play. 6:42 remaining. Levine still in at quarterback, hands off to the halfback, left to right. We've got a flag down at the 40. Ball carrier carries up to the 43. It's an offsides against the Timberwolves. They'll likely accept that penalty as they only gain 3 yards on the actual play. Let's see what the call. They're going to move it up a yard. It'll still be 1st down. Oh, I guess he's going to go back to the original line and then walk off 5. He was right 1 yard away from where it needed to go, but okay.
Got to be accurate.
You got to be trained, I guess, a certain way. 1st and 5 for the Timberwolves. The ball's marked at the Timberwolf 46. Triangle formation. Levine hands off to the tailback, and he breaks up over midfield before he's stopped by 56 Jenkins. That's number 27 on that carry.
33
Hayden
was in
Craig.
there as well.
33 is Seth Venner. Levine keeps it. He's at the 40. Carries down near the 30 where he's tackled by number 7, Chris Patek. It's first down Timberwolves at the 30-yard line.
Another great stop by Patek. It could have been another easy points on the board if he wasn't there and slowed him down.
Yeah, Levine running with a little bit of purpose there, taking full advantage of his opportunity to get some playing time for the Timberwolves, being the backup. Triangle formation, hands off to the tailback. No, he fakes to the tailback and runs to his right. Gets all the way inside the 10 before he's tackled by number 26. And there's a late flag, of course.
Wow, really unnecessary flag there.
It really was, as the momentum really carried Levine more out of bounds than anything Jenkins might have done. The ball's currently being spotted at the 7. Let's see, and they are going to step off half the distance to the goal. Going to put it at the 3.5 or 4. They're going to put it at the 4. First and goal for the Timberwolves. 5:36 remaining. That's a real pride moment here for the Lions as the Timberwolves are looking to kind of rub it in a little bit. Little brother rubbing it in on big brother kind of. Lions having been the school for decades before the Timberwolves came around. Triangle formation for Levine. He barks out the signals. Ball goes up past him as the center snaps it off. He looks nowhere to go, and he's in all kinds of trouble. And he's sacked by the Lion defense all the way back at the 17-yard line. It's going to be second and goal. Number 32 leading the charge. 43 and 55. 33 is Seth Venner, also there Luke Owen. We will get the numbers correctly at some point. 5:08 remaining in the game. Timberwolves lead 37-14. They bring in a signal. It's second and goal. They've got 17 yards to score. Triangle formation, single receiver to the right, 3 backs in the backfield in that triangle. Handoff goes to 27. He cuts in and scores. Shows quite a bit of speed. In for the score is number 27, and the Timberwolves add to their lead. They're, at this point, they're working. They've obviously shown a little bit more depth in the Lions, able to withstand some of this relentless pace, and the Lions maybe not as much as the Timberwolves, at least tonight. The Lions still have time to play for a little bit of pride. It is 44-14 now with 4:46 remaining in tonight's game. One of the things Coach Smith talked about early in the year and last spring was how they were going to be looking at games like this where the situation gets a little bit out of hand, and they're going to look at guys on film, especially the next day, and say who's still playing hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, this is this down to pride at this point, and who's given up and who hasn't, and that determines who gets to play next week.
And it really should affect that. Even your most talented players, if they decide to give up on a game at any point in the game, no matter what the score is, it can really affect the psyche of the lesser talented players.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what. And Coach Smith has continued to praise the seniors for not giving up and setting that example. And I don't really think we've seen too many guys actually sort of put their head down so far this game. They're playing hard. They're a little beat. They're being run over, but they're still in it. Their heart's in it. Their heads are in it. Their bodies may be lagging a little bit, but no one's giving up. They want to score some points if they can. They want to block somebody. They want to hit somebody.
And they should. This is the team that they should want to hit the most. And if you think about it, any person as the Timberwolves get ready to kick off, That kick goes deep down the middle of the field. It's going to go into the end zone, and Garcia lets it go to the back. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. But anybody who's looking at the Lions' schedule to start the year, and they see 3 really good 6A schools in non-district, Lions probably could have been 3-0 in that. They were 1-2. Blew it a little bit against Killeen. Had a rally towards the end of the the Rouse game to cut that real close.
If there were 8 more minutes, it would have been a completely
even
different
3
game.
or 4 more minutes, it could have gone the other way. McNeil comes out 1st and 10, and I'll do play-by-play as we talk about what I was mentioning there. McNeil throws complete to number 2, Sanchez, who carries up to the 30-yard line.
Yep.
It'll be 2nd and 5. But we go into district, they're 1 and 2. Like I said, it could be 3-0, could be 2-1, but they are 1 and 2. And in that district schedule, the first 3 games, you play the number 9 team in the state. You turn around and play the number 4 team in the state, and then you play the number 1 team in the state. Anyone looking at that beforehand, and McNeil takes the snap, throws down the right sideline to Flowers, who's able to make the grab along the sideline, and they're going to say he was out of bounds. It kind of forced that way. Good coverage anyway.
Good hands, though. It looked like he did
was
have
a good
that in his
hands. Good concentration. 3rd down and 5 for the Lions.
But to your point, absolutely. Coming out guns blazing as they did against some serious competition.
Well, I think you look, if you say 9-4-1, Lions are 0-3 if you're looking at that at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
They're
absolutely.
1 and 2 in that stretch.
Yeah.
So, granted, those second 2 were some thumpings, and maybe Georgetown was a little overranked. Lions a little underranked, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they've set themselves up nicely to make a playoff run, even at 1 and 2 in district. And overall, we're going to be 2 and 4 after tonight with 4:04 remaining. Timberwolves leading 44-14. It's 4th and 5. Lions did not convert the first down on that last play, so they line up to punt back deep to receive for the Timberwolves. And again, he turns, and I can't see his number because they decided to put green numbers on black jerseys. Punt formation. Murdoch takes the snap. Is a little high. He's able to get it. He gets the punt off. It's a nice kick. Fielded by the T-Wolves at the 36, and he goes backwards to the 30 and across the field and meets number 32 and goes no further as Malcolm Wright Harris is there on the stop. It's 1st and 10 Lions. Now back to what we were talking about. So we're now 2 and 4, 1 and 2 in district. Mm-hmm. We're staring at who do we have next week? We've got Marble Falls.
Marble Falls next week. So that's a game that is well within our reach. Mm-hmm. Well within our reach at home. So we've got a couple things there. Going forward when we've got Vista Ridge coming up, and that's going to be another tough one that's going to be up against the wall.
It's a top 15 team in the state.
Yeah, in this district, in 25-5A, we've got some of the best in the state going against our boys here. So
sure.
They understand that it's a tough district, and they're coming out of it. But yeah, we could do that.
2-yard game for the Timberwolves on first down. To the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8 with 3:29 remaining.
We've got, and then of course, the Dripping Springs at the very end too. So
winnable game.
We've got to play strong all the way through the season.
Don't forget Eastview
and
as well.
Eastview, absolutely. So those are
not
potential
not their best
games.
team so far. Levine keeps on the keeper going left, and there is a late hit, but the referee,
he started to throw, but he
decided not to. Yeah, it wasn't a hard hit. It was out of bounds and a little bit late.
It was much
but
later
it looked
than the first one.
It looked like a little bit of a.
It's a gimme back.
Well, I don't know that it was even a vicious hit or an intentional hit. It just, Levine's since he's been running hard in the lines. They're going to take shots at him. That's what you do.
You're a running back once you get out of that pocket. So.
That's right. 3:06 remaining. Timberwolves again lead 44-14. Levine fakes the handoff, runs to the right. He's got a lane. He's at the 40s, at the 30, and he's forced out of bounds at the 22. picks up first down yardage. Seth Venner there on the stop.
Yeah, so we've got a good 3 games that we're definitely very good potential to win, and you never know what goes up against Vista. So
sure, and that lines us up nicely for at minimum that 4th playoff spot, but possibly even that 3rd spot, depending on how that Vista game goes and some of the other season plays out. Obviously it's not a gimme to make the playoffs, but the Lions are there where they might be able to do it. Luke Owen comes and tackles the running back, number 9. He gets up a little bit gimpy. Is Luke Owen maybe playing his best game of the year?
Yeah,
he's had some good ones.
He's even given his shoe to the game today, so he's
playing hardcore tonight, and he's one of those guys, when they look at film, they're going to be like, Luke Owen didn't ever give up.
Nobody gave up. Yeah, he's definitely one of those players that is setting the pace for the next generation of Lions to come up. See, don't give up. Play hard. Just play as hard as you can. Get mad. Get angry.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that a lot of guys don't realize, and a lot of guys like to say that they're here to be D1 player, or I'm going to go to this college or that college, or guys that really want to do that in games like this have to show that the score is not what matters, that they're going to whoop their guy no matter what's going on.
It's playmaking.
Yeah,
it's
to show their talent and have recruiters look at them and consider them.
Look at Swoops for UT, right?
First and 10 for the Timberwolves inside the 12. No gain, second down. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Swoops, I believe, lost every game. But
yes,
he, as a player, was phenomenal, and he didn't give up, and they kept playing. And as you said, the coaches for the D1 schools,
they were 1-9. Yep.
Yeah, it's how you play, not how the score is. Mm-hmm. And Luke Owens, excellent example of not giving up and pursuing and just playing his heart out.
And it's actually Baxter Robertson in at quarterback for the Timberwolves, as we have a minute remaining in the game. The Timberwolves are taking their time. Triangle formation. They're not going to take a knee as they hand off to 27 and get a late score, just a really kind of a trash score. That's Hayden Craig on that touchdown run, giving Cedar Park half 100 with the point after attempt coming up. 48 seconds remaining. Score really not indicative of how close this game was, at least for the first half. And you'll have to give the Timberwolves credit. They battled harder in the second half. The Lions didn't give up, certainly, but tough loss. You go up against your rival. You don't want to lose.
No, absolutely not. But to your point, Cedar Park did not take their foot off the gas whatsoever. No. They played hard, and as you said, that's what shows the number one team in the state to be the number one team in the state. They do not give up. They continue to play. They continue to press on. Even going down in the third string.
And you can't really expect a coach, and not even a coach on the Lions side, Cedar Park side, whatever. You can't expect a coach to put in his second team and ask those guys to take their foot off the gas.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They don't get to play all the time.
No,
so you get them in the game.
To prove. They're out
they
to prove.
want to take advantage of their opportunity.
Yeah.
So here we are, 51-14, 48 seconds left in tonight's game. The Timberwolves ready to kick south to north. We'll see what the Lions try to do here. I don't really foresee them taking a knee and just going home. But at the same time, I bet they continue to run base RPO plays to get the work in that will pay off one day.
Yep.
Whether it's later in this season, maybe in an early playoff game, or even next year, you get that work in against the number one team in the state. And Flowers is one of those guys that has not quit battling as he takes the return from about the goal line all the way to the 32, spinning like a whirling dervish at the end. It'll be 1st and 10 Lions. Flowers showing that the move to varsity was, one, not a mistake, and two, that he wants to be there.
Absolutely, yeah. Doing really well. Real impressed with his his concentration on that touchdown catch as well. So he's definitely, I think it was a good move on Coach's part to bring him up.
Well, and I think you'll see teams that don't have as good a secondary as the Timberwolves take notice that it's not just Gabe Sanchez, it's not just Michael Berry that you have to worry about Ty Worthy running routes, that now there's this new guy, number 82.
Yeah. There's another
That's
arrow.
a first down Lions.
Another arrow in the quiver of the Lions. You know that it's cliche. It's a rebuilding year. They're doing well. They're bringing the boys up. They've got their weapons all in order.
25 seconds and counting in this game. McNeil takes the snap and hands off to number 30, and that is our Treo Salinas. He picks up a couple of yards, maybe a yard and a half. 13 seconds and counting. It is now second down, and it looks like the Lions are going to let this clock burn. And, Matt, I don't think we need to spend a whole lot of time here with a post-game show, as we spent maybe the last 6 minutes of that quarter talking about it. Both these teams go out to see one another. And though there's no love lost on the field, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of anything but love now between the guys. Sure, there'll be a snarl and a smirk.
A little bit, perhaps, yeah. There'll be.
But I think ultimately there's respect on both sides for both of these teams. They don't like one another when it gets on the field, and ultimately football is football. And, I always look at football not so much as a game or a sport or a way of life, or football as life. I mean, it really is a tool to teach young men about life.
Oh, absolutely, and that's Coach Smith's philosophy as well. Listening to him at Brooklyn Heights, absolutely, he wants to make a difference in these boys' lives, and he says that when those boys make a difference, then he's made a difference, and that is a phenomenal way to look at it. And
it's a great philosophy,
and that's really just a great way for these boys to see an adult, a leader, a respected person to act and continue, and I think that's what's going on best with these guys right now, is that they're going to learn from this, learn from the coach, and continue on.
Okay, we're going to close out with the Leander School song because, might have been a loss tonight, but if you're a Lion fan, you still have pride in your Leander Lions, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget about the podcast Wednesday, 6 to 7, Brooklyn Heights Pizza, Cedar Park. This has been the Texas Sports Radio Network with Chuck Cracy, Matt Gubitz, and Mickey Holden. We'll see you next week. And let me just clarify, those Leander fans know this. If you happen to be listening and are not a Leander fan, this is the Cedar Park song. Respectfully, the Lions are waiting for Cedar Park to finish their song, and then we'll go turn it up for the Lions, and we'll close that out. And we'll see you next week again on the Texas Sports Radio Network when the Lions take on the Marble Falls Mustangs at home. Don't forget, Wednesday at Brooklyn Heights Pizza, we'll be having our second podcast of the season, the Coach Tim Smith Show. We look forward to seeing you there. And here's the Lions. We'll see you next week.